Okay, wonderful. So we'll get started. Again, my name is Monica Bunson. I think as I'm looking at some of our attendees, we may have spoken already, and I appreciate your time again today to joining us. We're going to go through some housekeeping items, and we'll get started in presenting our Bachelor's of General Studies virtual open house. Our information session today will be approximately 60 minutes, no longer than that. I'm mindful that we're having lunch at this time, and so I know that you have to get back to probably your regular office hours. We are recording the session for the benefit of those students that were not able to attend right now. We will have a Q&A time towards the end of the presentation, and you can also submit your questions through the Q&A feature, not the chat feature. I believe that is the process. And we will also have our enrollment advisor, Carolina, on board today, and the general number of how to contact and how to reach her. And our program information is posted there for you at 305-284-4000. In the event that you need to log off, you have our contact information. We are also on social media. You can connect with us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and LinkedIn. And you are officially in contacting the Division of Continuing and International Education. We aim to empower people to reach their full potential through lifelong and life-wide learning. If you're not familiar with us, the Division of Continuing and International Education has an array of programs from the range of high school, starting in high school, those pre-college students that are trying to decide what college they can attend our program, all the way through the Bachelor's of General Studies, and then all the way through our 50 and Best program, which is called the Osher Life Learning Program. Our BGS team, the Bachelor's of General Studies program, is part of a greater group of academic advisors through the university. We have a lot of experience, and we aim to make sure to provide you the best academic resources and academic coaching. Our assistant dean is Shantae O'Neill. Myself is Monica Bunson. I'm the director, and I've been with the program for about 10 years. Jessica Clower is our senior academic advisor, and she has been with us for 3 years, but she has been also at the university and in the higher ed world over 10 years. And Candace Hire is our new academic advisor, who has just joined the University of Miami, but she has well over 20 years of higher ed experience. So with that, I'd like to present to you the highlights of our program. The Bachelor's of General Studies is a student-centered advising approach. We aim to make sure to have you receive individualized academic advising, academic support, and we make it a point also to be available beyond the regular scheduled hours of regular office advising, because we understand, of course, that you have jobs, you have a full family, and this next step of restarting your college degree is very important, and you need to know that you have a support system that will get you through semester to semester to provide you all the support that you need in terms of registration processes, availability, what your next step is, and things of that sort. So with that, we also provide very flexible course options. We offer online, on campus, on weekends, and night courses as well. And all of these courses can be tailored to your interest, and that's one of the highlights of our program. We do have a general degree structure similar to all other bachelor's degrees. You need 120 credits to complete the Bachelor's of General Studies. The breakdown is about 60 credits of general education. You have electives, and you have an area of concentration and secondary focus, which mimics what would be known as a major and a minor, and that area you require 45 credits. Again, we try to provide you your course offerings in the most flexible way possible. We offer you fully online courses, which are called asynchronous courses, meaning these are more your self-paced coursework. We also offer synchronous online, meaning this type of format via Zoom, where your professor is instructing to you live. The sessions are recorded in the event that you need to go back and revisit. And also you have the interaction with your other classmates. And those are offered on Saturday and in evening classes. We also have regular evening classes and regular Saturday classes where you would come to campus and take your courses on this, more flexible schedule. And we also have short-term summer sessions, intersessions, and winter sessions. And these are short-term courses of approximately 15 days or 10 to 15 days or so that you can earn 3 credits in a short period of time. Although these courses are very intense because of the time frame, they are intended to help you in timelines where you will not be able to attend a regular semester. Then we offer you to do intersession courses so that you can do them quickly, usually before a main semester, and then that you don't have to worry about the attendance during the full semester, but that you also were able to maintain your course progression and you were able to retain within the program. The Bachelor's of General Studies is known mostly by the area of concentration. The area of concentration mimics what would be known as a major. And we are the only program at the university that allows you to blend your curriculum from distinct departments. This means that you can do a concentration from School of Business, School of Communication, the College of Arts and Science, the School of Education, and we tailor it and we help you with our academic coaching to develop your individualized concentration. We are here showing you some examples of what an area of concentration could look like. I would say that for the most part, no one student has exactly the same concentration. And if you do opt to go with some of the recommendations that we have had some students complete, most likely your coursework will not be identical. So this is not a lockstep program. This is something that you can very much individualize to your needs, to your prior academic history as well, and also maybe related to your professional development. So here you have listed some of the concentrations, and I've highlighted for you the most common ones, which is healthcare and health sector management. We offer the curriculum that would focus on coursework in healthcare science, management and marketing, as well as public health, medical sociology, global health, and medical law. We aim that you develop professional skills in this area for management and leadership skills, public health laws and policies, and how to communicate with your colleagues. This is a very popular concentration, and one of our successful graduates is now a director at UHealth. We also offer the business technology. And so in the past few years, we see a trend to go towards either healthcare concentrations or technology concentrations. And we also offer a business technology certificate. So in this case, the students that select to do a concentration in business technology can also earn their certificate while they're doing their concentration. The skills, of course, to take away from a business technology concentration is programming and data analysis, as well as business management and business skills and leadership in the technical field. One of our successful graduates is now a director of IT. Communication and leadership concentration is, I would say, definitely one of our most common, because the majority of the communication courses and the leadership courses are offered through our Saturday program. The goal of the communication and leadership is to possibly blend into someone that is interested in moving upward in their career, maybe going into a management position. One of our successful candidates, graduates, went to a senior program coordinator, and then actually later on has gone to an assistant director position. The goal of a communication and a leadership concentration is to effectively communicate in a business setting, in a verbal and written communication, learn to manage and lead teams, and learn in the legal and human resource aspect of business leadership. The admissions requirement for the Bachelor's of General Studies is a little bit different to the traditional admissions process for a transfer student. We understand that you likely have a full academic history, and because we are aware of that, we try to be as flexible as possible and minimize also the requirements beyond your official transcripts and your professional resume. We must have a recalculated GPA of a 2.2, and we do that once we receive all of your official transcripts. You must be 22 years of age and 4 years out of high school. The Bachelor's of General Studies program is intended to be a non-traditional degree completion program. So for most students who have been out of high school for 4 years and have completed a transfer credits, for sure you would be older than 22, and you must be a U.S. citizen and or a permanent resident. Our Bachelor's of General Studies program does not provide a visa, and that's really important. Even though we offer many online offerings, if you are not a resident and or are able to at some point come to campus, this would not be a good fit. But for sure, you are needed to provide your information about your status once you apply. You must not have been enrolled and or have applied within the last year to the University of Miami. And the BGS program is intended for applicants completing their first degree. The official transcript portion of the requirement is the most important one. This is where we find ourselves having maybe a delay in the admissions process, since we don't ask for many items other than your official transcripts and your resume. So it is very important that simultaneous to you submitting your application, you forward your official transcripts. Some institutions have the University of Miami as a dropdown. If that is the case, it's going to come automatically into our transcript inbox. But if you are able to edit and determine where your transcript goes, we request that you send them to bgs.documents@miami.edu. The BGS inbox, bgsdocuments@miami.edu, is definitely a smaller inbox where we can manage more easily any documents coming in. The University of Miami inbox has thousands of transcripts coming in on a daily basis. So this is why we've created a more direct inbox for our transcripts to come in. The decisions are usually offered within 4 to 6 weeks that you submit your application with your transcripts. So that is where a little bit of the delay comes from at times. So if we establish right from the beginning that we need to receive your official transcripts, and that we also need to receive your high school transcripts if you're intending to apply through FAFSA, that is an important part of the process. Please go ahead and submit your application, your official transcripts for any college that you attended after high school, and your high school transcripts and or your GED documents. If you are an international student, please know that the University of Miami is very generous with transfer credits, including international transcripts. We just need to receive an international certified copy of the documents, and the institution typically uses the consultants Joseph and Silney, and we can direct you to how to get all your documents to them. And then they provide an official transcription of your documents translated for the university to review. Again, the transfer credits and the transfer evaluation are necessary and are an important part of the application process. I personally recalculate your GPA. Our goal is to get you to a 2.2. Any transfer credits that you have a C or better will transfer to the University of Miami, and that can be an array between 65 to 75 credits, depending on the academic institution that you're coming from. Your credits do not expire, but it is important for you to know that you must complete 45 credits at the University of Miami. In the event, and this happens at times, that your GPA recalculation does not come back to a 2.2, I make sure to offer you the options that we have within our non-degree program. This is our parallel program, sort of a pre-BGS option that we have for you. In the non-degree credit-based programs, we offer you an academic advisor. We let you know immediately what your GPA status is, and most importantly, what courses you need to take to rebuild your GPA towards completing a fully transferable credit process, in that you have a 2.2 GPA established. The maximum allowable credits in the non-degree credit-based programs is 30 credits, and that's usually ample amount of time to help you rebuild your GPA. In the event that you decide not to apply to BGS because you already know that you're having maybe some difficulties with your prior GPA calculation, and if you're 20 years of age and older and you're 2 years out of high school, then you can become eligible to do the non-degree credit-based option. So this is our parallel program that we can offer you more additional support so that we know whether you are eligible to be degree seeking, and so that you can apply with confidence to the Bachelor's of General Studies program. There are some of our attendees today that are also employees of the university. And if you're interested in getting more information about tuition remission and benefits, we provide you their contact information, which is benefitsexpert@miami.edu, or you can call them directly at 305-284-3004. And in this short amount of time, we made sure to cover all the areas that you need to be aware of if you're interested in applying to the Bachelor's of General Studies program. So then the next step would be for you to make a decision, make a commitment, right? And to definitely take that second step. Today was your first step by joining us. Take the second step in contacting us, letting us know if there's any barriers to you to apply so that we can walk you through it. Maybe our parallel program is what is needed. Maybe in the event that you're having trouble obtaining your transcripts, there's no need for you to apply at this time. We will maybe help you access our non-degree option, which would give you more time to get your transcripts. Then that really is a conversation that we need to have. So you need to reach out to us for this second step and make that commitment to know whether it is time for you to apply for summer. Our summer application is open now, and it closes until April 14th. Our fall application is also open, but we encourage you to apply to the next term, which is the summer term. In the event that we had any issues, then we will have you roll over your application for the fall term. Our enrollment advisor, who will be the person that you would speak to in the event that you have any questions in the meantime, is here, and her name is Carolina Sa, and I'm going to let her introduce herself and maybe share with you a few of the tidbits that she already can kind of get you ahead before you submit your application. Go ahead, Carolina.
Hi, hello all. I'm glad to be here with you. So yes, I will be the first contact person, and as Monica mentioned, and we always say, when you see the list of requirements, if you are uncertain, do not hesitate to contact and ask me questions so we can guide you in the right direction. But the first step, yes, is attending this this virtual open house, and now it's continue the conversation. So you're probably going to be receiving emails from me, or probably contacting you, giving you a call, and please don't hesitate, ask any questions, and so then we can move forward and see how we can best support you. And I think you have seen my number here, and I believe also we can add in the chat, but this you can see, this is my direct line. So the second option is a general number, but over there, the 8287, you can contact me directly.
Wonderful. Thank you, Carolina. And that's important. I think that, and we made it a point that the team participates today, and you get to see everyone that you'll be working with. Once you submit your application, Carolina will be following up with you to make sure that you have submitted your documents, your high school transcripts, etc. And then you'll be in contact with me, because I will be your admissions reviewer of your application. And then Jessie has joined us now, and I want her to take a moment to introduce herself, because once we offer you admissions, fingers crossed, then Jessie will be taking on your file and providing you with the additional academic advising. So with that, I hand it off to Jessie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Clower Martinez, and I'm the Senior Academic Advisor for the program. And as Monica said, I have been with this program for 3 years now, but I've been with the University of Miami for an additional 8 years before that, working in the finance department. Nobody's favorite, but I do have a lot of information because of that time, as well as I've worked in higher ed with other universities before that as well. And I just really enjoy this program because I love helping people, especially who are getting their degree at the non-traditional time later in life. I got my master's while working at the University of Miami and went through all the things of working, having a baby in the middle and all that stuff. So I use that while also helping with my advising with the students. So with that, I'm going to take a look at the questions and answer them if I'm able to, or give you information how to get the answer. Okay, so we do have one already there, and please do not hesitate. Don't be embarrassed. Ask anything. Okay, the first one is, will UM accept transcripts from Miami-Dade College from 10 years ago? Yes, definitely. We have had transcripts. I mean, I think the 50s. So don't worry. You can send those over to us. They still count, and they could still count towards the degree requirements. Okay, any other questions?
No. I think along the lines of the question that we had prior, yes, transfer credits do not expire, and UM has a very generous transfer policy. I wanted to make mention, sometimes we have had applicants who may have already attended one of the UM programs. That's really important that you share that with us, maybe via an email or speak to Carolina, because we also offer a very simple readmissions process where, again, we try to establish your GPA and give you the correct link for that process of readmitting.
So we actually just had somebody ask about that. How do I reapply? Is it the same process? It's not the same process.
No.
It's a much easier process actually. So if you need to, what's called readmission process, if you need information on that, just contact Carolina or the bgs@miami.edu email address, and we can send you to where you need to go to fill out the readmissions. And now we have, is this a 2-year or 4-year program? So it's a traditional bachelor's degree program, but how long it is will really depend on if you have transfer credits or prior credits at UM. If you have nothing and you're starting from scratch, that we call it, then it would be a traditional 4-year program. But again, since most of our students are working, have families and everything, most people take however long they take. We have people who take 1 class a semester. We have people who take a full-time load. So that will really be dependent on how you are attending. There's no set, this is how long it takes to get through the program. Okay, and I have another one. Hi, Jessica. Hi. I was doing a bachelor's degree at Miami-Dade, but couldn't finish it. I would like to do the communication and leadership program. Awesome. Same apply for the program, send over your transcripts, and then we'll be able to see where you can go from there and set you up for the area of concentration. All right, we've got them, they're rolling in. What's the minimum amount of credit hours required to take if admitted into the program? There's no minimum requirement. As I said, we have people who take 1 class at a time. Really, the major requirement is that you attend the main semesters, which are fall and spring. If that's 1 class in the fall and 1 class in the spring, that's fine. It's all up to you. That's our whole thing. It's very individualized into what works best for you. We have students who find taking classes in the summer is easier for them because of the way the courses are offered. So they take more in the summer and less in the major semesters. And we have people who don't take summer at all because they have young kids and that's, their kids are out of school. That's really completely up to you. Okay, I just answered that one. How would I be able to know if I completed a credit from 15 years ago from Miami-Dade? You would need to contact Miami-Dade and request your transcripts. You can even view before you send it over to us. You can ask about viewing your unofficial transcripts so that you can see what you have, what your GPA was. There is a way to do it just on their website, but if you don't remember your login and all that stuff, you'll have to probably give them a call. The online form Blackboard wasn't very user-friendly, hesitant, improved. Yeah, they have done lots of updates since 2013. In fact, I think it was last year they updated to Blackboard Ultra. So there's definitely been a lot of updates since 2013. Also, really because of COVID, a lot of classes were only specific classes were offered through Blackboard and online, and now that has really expanded since the 2020, 2021 timeframe, that we have a lot of options now and different ways that courses are offered online. You're welcome. Somebody said thank you. Could you please share the reapplication process link, please? Yes, I can get that for you, or we can get it for you and put it into the chat.
Should I put it into the chat, Jesse? I have it already.
Yeah, if you can do that, yeah. We'll put it in the chat. So if you need that, you can go ahead there. There's a two-step process. There's the first step is the actual readmissions through the University of Miami. And when you're selecting the school, you want to select continuing studies and then the Bachelor's of General Studies program. And there is a declarations that is just an online form that you complete saying that you understand what the Bachelor's of General Studies program is. Okay, I went to UM in the 90s, but never got a degree. I might actually have enough credits to earn one. Do I talk to you guys about this? Yes. Yes. Let us know. If you happen to know your C number, you might not, but if you do happen to have that, if not, we can still look you up in the system and see where you are. What will be important is whether you meet the degree requirements. We have people who come through and they don't meet our degree requirements, or it would take them longer, but their original school, they maybe only have a couple classes left, and we work with the schools to help whatever works best for you. I already sent my transcripts to bgs@miami.edu. Is that okay? That is not the official place. And actually, I just checked the email earlier today and I had no transcripts there. So I'm not sure if it even allowed you to send them over to us. So I would check if you have a receipt for the transfer credits, and you can send that to us. We can look into that for you. You can email us at the bgs@miami.edu address and we can look into it. If I am unable to get my transcript from college outside of the US, will it be okay to apply with the ones from high school only? Monica, I'm going to give that one.
So if the high school credits, if the transcripts are international and if they are for high school, but you've attended high school here in the United States, then we only need the United States. If you've done any undergraduate coursework outside of the United States, we will need that through an international process. So this is where maybe that non-degree program could be a good way to start, since our non-degree program mimics parallel to the BGS program. It's a way to get you started taking the courses that are going to count for BGS, which will give you more time to get your transcripts, your international transcripts. And then that way, then you can apply later on, and you potentially have 30 credits. That could be, depending on how many credits you do per semester, that could even be 2 years. So that gives you ample time to get the documents that you need. But the official BGS admissions process is an official admissions process. Therefore, it requires the official transcripts to be submitted. The non-degree process is an application process that does not require official documents. We can utilize your unofficial transcripts.
Okay, perfect.
We have lots
Okay.
of questions today.
Yes, there's more. Where can I see the complete listing of the programs of concentration? There is no complete listing because you can choose to go with some of those that we share that people
Mhm.
have done before, or you can create a whole new one. We have so many different kinds that people have done. And even if they have the same title, people take different coursework as long as it makes sense. There's a submission process that you turn into us where you do like some small essays, you provide us the coursework that you intend to do, and then we review it with you and let you know if we recommend something else and it really depends also for a lot of people on the way the classes are offered can make a difference in what you're choosing to do, your area of concentration, because there are some, if you're not able to attend campus during the day, some colleges and schools at the university are not as flexible as others. So we can always help you to get to where you want, but maybe through a different route.
Right.
We can be very creative, as well as us students can be very creative. We've had some people come up with all different kinds of things. You can mimic a traditional major that exists at the University of Miami already. You can kind of combine two, like the communication and leadership does, or you can create a whole new one for your area of interest.
I've gone ahead and I put that in the chat, the area of concentration link. And if you read right in the middle of that second paragraph, choosing the area of concentration, there's a link there for the University of Miami majors and programs. And so this is the curriculum that is available at the university. I'll put that separately as well. So some of you can access that and it'll show you all the 11 schools and colleges, all the programs that are offered within the schools and colleges. And this is where the curriculum is blended for your concentration. And you don't have to worry that you don't have to do it alone, because that's exactly what we do in advising. After we get through the general education, we start just after your first, second semester, trying to determine what is the best concentration for you.
If I am an employee, would I need to apply for financial aid? So financial aid is not required for anybody to apply for. Financial aid is up to you if you want to apply for financial aid to help cover the tuition. Being an employee, if you have the tuition remission benefit, then that will cover the cost of tuition. There are limitations to that. It's 5 classes per year, 2 per semester. So we have some people who want to take more than that and they apply for financial aid to cover the difference. We have people who pay out of pocket. That's all completely up to you. We also have people who, are not coming using tuition remission and they apply for financial aid for that, or we have people who pay out of pocket for that as well. It really is all dependent on your individual situation. And then the person who asked about the international transcripts said that the high school transcript are international as well.
Yep. So we definitely then would need all your transcripts. And so if that's going to be an issue, then that's a conversation that we can have separately. I think the non-degree option could be a great way to get started, having you taken this first step to try to inquire of how you can complete your degree. And it is something that is very common actually. And the the consultant agency, Joseph and Silney, usually has some additional resources to help you obtain your transcripts. I've had students obtain their transcripts from Russia, from Cuba, from South America. So there's definitely ways, and it's something that we would be more than glad to connect you with them as well. I've gone ahead and definitely put in a lot of information in the chat, your direct links so that you have them. And I'll just kind of finish that one off. The last one, Jesse, about the credit certificate program. So again, we've been having conversations about the Bachelor's of General Studies program. That is a degree seeking program with a full admissions process. Then we have the non-degree option, which is our kind of your parallel plan to the pre-BGS. And that is an application process, not an admissions process. And then we also have what's called the credit certificate program. The credit certificate program is coursework that you are obtaining a certificate for. This is an application process, not an admissions process. And we have two. One is business technology that only requires 18 credits. And we have the credit certificate in accounting that requires 24 credits. But for credit certificate in accounting, you will need to have completed a bachelor's degree already.
Okay, the next one is
mhm.
where can we find a list of the courses? I see the curriculum requirements, but don't see something more detailed. So those are always changing, specific courses that meet those requirements, because they are dependent on semester by semester, all the different departments on campus, whether professors can teach certain courses. They change coursework, like the English department changed. What used to be ENG 105 is now called WRS 105. And that's something that's just at the university, it's always changing. That's what we're here for as advisors, to help guide you in that way. We're very familiar with all the coursework, and you can see courses per semester. Like on March 13th, we'll be able to see summer and fall courses that are being offered in K-Link. And
I put it in the chat as well.
Okay.
The curriculum requirements, they come right out of the bulletin. So if you go to bulletin.miami.edu, and or we have a quick link to on our webpage, the curriculum requirements, as Jesse is mentioning, those mimic what we would have known as the general education requirements. This is where the largest of the buckets of the transfer credits will go to. Again, like English, philosophy. The difference, the best way I can describe it is that the difference between the Bachelor's of General Studies and your traditional bachelor's degrees is that we have that flexibility. We aim not to lock you into a lockstep program that you only can have these classes and only these classes transfer in. We go by areas of study, humanities, your STEMs, your social sciences. And so then that allows us, that the umbrella broadens for us to accept your transfer credits and or to help you in the course selection process. Even within all academic areas, whether it's a social science, a STEM, a humanities, not everybody, may be interested in the introductory level course, and or you may want to have more topic-based courses. And so has a very large bulletin, and the BGS students have access to the whole bulletin. So you should have the mindset of coming into course selection that you're going to be taking courses that are of interest to you and meeting requirements, rather than to taking a lot of required courses that may not be of interest to you. And potentially that may have been a little bit of the disconnect at times when you started your first degree, right? You're supposed to take all of these classes that you really weren't interested in, but you needed to meet all the requirements, and that gets a little tedious, and then that creates a disconnect. As adults, as non-traditional students, when you come back and complete your degree with us, we are very focused on what you're good at, what you're interested in, what you're going to maximize your GPA at, whether in BGS or the non-degree option, and then help you develop a concentration that is tailored to your professional career, your personal interest that you always wanted to, maybe you're in business, but you always wanted to learn about art, or you want to transition into a new career. So this really gives us that flexibility and to guide you best into what you want to do, what you want to get out of your degree at this time. Okay.
Yeah, and just piggybacking off of that, there's very little in the program that these classes specifically are required. There's the English composition courses, there's college algebra, math courses, and then there is a one that is our requirement for the BGS program on writing a research paper. Other than that, you go into history and you can do traditional history classes, or you can do classes that have all kinds of special topics. We just had one where last semester, working with a student there, we had somebody take a class that was on Bollywood history. I saw another one that was specific to, we have one that we run through us with Africana studies. You can do world history, you can do really specific history. It's all there's a lot of options within the social sciences. You're required to take 3 social sciences classes, but they can be in sociology, they can be in anthropology, they can be in economics, they can be in communications. So it's really tailored to what you're interested in. And if that is overwhelming to you, as some people find it overwhelming, that's also what we're here for. I have people that I meet with them and they're like, just tell me what to do, and I'm like,
I will.
okay, well, here's a few, this is what this is, and this is what's good about it, and this is the way it's offered, and just pick from these 2, to just try to help you get there. So that's what we're here for, to guide you and help you. I have people that I meet with over Zoom. We talk to people over the phone. I talk to people through chat. We talk to people just through email. You can just email us. I'm thinking about these classes. Help me. Whatever works best for you. And that's what we're here for, to help guide you through that process.
Yep, I think the biggest takeaway is that, right? That unlike maybe prior programs that you have had, we are definitely very individualized. We have a very supportive team. It's more of not academic advising, but more coaching, life coaching, professional coaching, career coaching, academic coaching. And whether you come into our Bachelor's of General Studies program right away, or you go into our non-degree parallel program, you're going to have guidance every step of the way. Candace wasn't able to join us today, but she will be, we have a designated advisor just for the non-degree program. And then we will walk you through when is the right time for you to apply with confidence to the BGS program. If we have decided at the beginning that your best way to start is through non-degree. So all along the way, you are not going to be lost. You'll have a supportive team of very experienced academic higher ed professionals. And our goal is to not just guide you, but to support you all the way through the finish line, which is graduation day, which is our most exciting day for us, and the activity that we have the most, and we look forward, most fun, and we look forward to the most. So with that, I'm sure you're going to have questions. Again, as you can see, we have by the questions, every situation is different. We have a team ready to provide you support. Reach out to us. You can email us directly at bgs.miami.edu. Jesse or myself will be, looking at that. We'll get you in contact, whether it's Carolina, myself, or Candace. If we need to look at some of your documents prior to applying, let Carolina know. Carolina will check in. We will do it all together, and we will just get you through whatever next step you need. And Carolina, I think, said it wisely. It's like, this will start the conversation. This is a great moment to start the conversation. And we'll probably reach out to you in the event that you you get busy. We'll make sure to check in with you to see whether summer or fall is your next time, your best time to
I'm
apply.
getting a lot of more questions
Okay.
now. So I was just trying to type, but I'll just answer it
No problem.
live. Is somebody asked if the BGS program is online. So we have online coursework, but it is not a fully online program. There are some people who come to us and they have enough transfer credits or maybe previous coursework at UM to where they can complete the degree fully online, but that would really depend on what you have and what requirements it meets. So getting us maybe some unofficial transcripts to take a look beforehand would help us to determine whether or not that would be a good fit for you. What is the cost per credit hour? Currently, right now, the cost is $9.50 per credit hour for this academic year. And just so you know, most courses are going to be 3 credits. You're welcome. Okay. Any more questions? And I had somebody ask earlier, and if there's anybody, I know I saw a few people join late, they are recording this and they will post this online, and we have them coming up in the future. So we will send you information once there are any future sessions that are going to be running. Once you've signed up for this, now you're on our list. So you'll hear from us again. No worries.
Wonderful. And those readmission students, remember to make sure when Carolina touches base, if you didn't capture the link, make sure that we have you submit the readmissions so that I don't have you apply twice. no need for that. And that's a much quicker actual process to just have you readmitted, and then we'll offer you exactly everything else as we have already discussed. So with that, thank you so much. We really appreciate that you took your lunchtime today to join us. Please reach out to us if you have any other questions. Carolina, Jesse, and myself are here to provide you all the support that you need. So thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.